Hello, Cecil County and world. This is Cecil TV. I'm Rob Churnside, and it's the 25th of March. In case you missed it, today is Maryland Day. 1733, Lord Calvert landed in St. Mary's City, and here we are today, couple hundred years later. Last night, you may have seen the Northern Lights, so they say. So NOAA tells us there was a solar flare on March the 22nd, and Northern Lights could be seen at least as far as south as Illinois. So if you saw the Northern Lights and you took a picture of the Northern Lights, contact us at Cecil TV, info@cecil.tv, and send us your pictures. And tonight only, we're going to have some representatives from the Cecil County 4-H program talk about a residential one-week camp that is going to be held in Hartford County at the Hartford County Rocks State Park. Beautiful facility. And here with us tonight are Susan Sprout Knight, volunteer, and Taylor Knight, Cecil County 4-H program assistant. Welcome, both of you, to Cecil TV.
Thank you for having us.
So, if you would, Susan, tell me what exactly is 4-H? What is the mission of 4-H, and how long have they been around Cecil County?
So, the mission of 4-H is basically building life skills. We're learning by doing. Teaching a lot of leadership and citizenship, as well as learning about projects and how to complete them.
Well, and Taylor, it's not just farming, is it?
Nope. You can do anything in 4-H.
Wow, that's wide open. And today's world is wide open, and we need that. This camp, it's going to be in Rock State Park, right?
That's correct.
120 campers. And you were telling me earlier, 30 counselors and 20 volunteer adults.
That's correct. So everyone that attends camp that is volunteers, they take off a week of work to go down and volunteer for the entire week. And they serve as the adult staff. And then we have youth between the age of 15 to 18 that serve as the teen leaders. And then the campers are 8 to 15.
I was just getting ready, you must be psychic.
8 to 15 for campers.
15.
And the counselors, the teen counselors and the adult staff, they begin training to become a counselor in January, and they continue all the way up through the end of camp, just learning how to be a counselor, being responsible for someone else's kids for the week.
Wow. And there is a cost, correct?
There is. It is $350.
And what if a kid can't come up with that money?
We offer scholarships for kids that are not able to.
And then we look into the community to see if kids or businesses or individuals would like to sponsor a kid in order to be able to attend the camp.
Now, is it specifically for Cecil County 4-H kids?
Cecil County. Oh, no, you can be anywhere. We've had kids come from North Carolina to go to our summer camp. We've had people from New York City come to our summer camp. Generally, the 4-H camp has been in part of our program since the early 40s.
Right.
So a lot of families, their grandparents, the parents before them, have all attended camp and they send their children. So if they move away, they still remember their experience at the camp, then they send their grandchildren to us. So if they're in North Carolina, they'll put them on a plane and send them up. Or New York.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. I know. And if a kid comes from Cecil and they need transportation, it can be provided. Is that correct?
That is correct. We have a bus service that leaves from the Bayview Elementary School and picks them up and takes them down to the Rocks and brings them back on the Friday when it's over.
The Rocks is a pretty wild site. And I know you were talking about kids from New York City. I taught city kids at the Job Corps down there at Bainbridge, and they thought they were in the middle of the Rocky Mountains down there, you know. So it's going to be a kind of culture shock for some kids that come from the city.
Well, and, you know, to some extent, it's a culture shock to we have some kids that come up from the Baltimore area as well. You know, we're in the woods. It's
Right.
rough in it to some extent. We do have dorms and indoor plumbing and all that. So they're not sleeping in tents, but it's definitely not like living in their homes for the week. And it's dormitory style, so they get a chance to interact with others the entire week. And outside in nature, we try not to have a lot of technology at camp. So it's kind of going back to basics. So they're, you know, the classes and the programs that they're taking, there's there's no cell phones. There's no computers.
Oh, that's
We're
great.
learning. We have
Learning.
archery, and we have air rifle. We have rockets, crafts, cooking, talent shows. You know, they're getting back to play the way when some of us were younger.
So I remember going to camp. Yep, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing the kids get back to nature and do all those activities. Make those connections with the kids from somewhere else, different than from their little clique. 4-H has been around 100 years,
Yes.
at least.
At least 100 years.
At least, so things we did at camp 40, 50 years ago are like way ancient to these kids, but they're still there ingrained. It's like a culture, a camp culture that persists. That's awesome, and I think that's great. Now,
Yeah, essentially, you know, we try and keep the traditions that were started in the 40s, you know, and we still try and keep those traditions while we embrace the changes of our community. You know,
Yeah.
things are different now, and kids are different, people are different, so it's embracing the traditions. And
if a kid, family watching Cecil TV, wants to come to the camp, and when is the camp? It's 1 week, but when is it?
August 6th through the 11th.
August 6th. 11th. That's great. If they wanted to come to camp August 6th through 11th, how would they contact you?
So it is on the Cecil County 4-H website.
Okay.
And then from there, there's links on where they can connect to get the registration forms, or they can call Taylor at 410-996-5280,
Perfect.
or her email address, and I'll let you.
Go ahead, Taylor.
Which is tnight, KNIGHT 5 at umd.edu.
There you go. So, do they still make lanyards at camp?
So for their name tags, they'll use yarn or string or something, and then they have a wooden disc. It's about this big that they put, and the teen counselors will design them depending on what troop they're going to be in. And they'll put their name on it and then their troop symbols. So they're broken up. All the kids are broken up into 8 different groups, and it's the theme is basically forces of nature. And during the entire week of camp, then they compete for what we call the golden feather.
Always the competing, right?
Competing for the golden feather, and they do that through their programs that they're doing. We have big campfires. We have 2 of those, and they do skits and challenges for that. They come up with songs and cheers, and they get judged on all those. They help with KP, which means they're setting the tables, helping to clean up from the meals. They do camp cleanup, picking up trash around the campgrounds and things along those lines. They're doing flag raising and lowering each day. They get points if they make their bed, which we often tell parents that don't be surprised. They'll make their bed at camp, and we know that they're probably not making it at home. So we also, one of the things we announce for parents to know when they send their kids with us for the week, you know, we're striving to make sure they're safe and they're having fun. So the parents kind of get a vacation because they're at camp with us.
Sure.
And then when they go home on that Friday, the kids are so tired from all the excitement that they've had, and they don't have any voices from all the singing and cheering. So the parents kind of get a few more days of reprieve because the kids are tired and don't have a voice.
Hear that, parents? tnight 5 at umd.edu.
Yep.
Sign them up. And it's $3.50 a week,
$3.50 a week.
which sounds incredibly reasonable.
And all the meals are included as well. And we have the 3 meals a day. They're all provided by volunteers, again, that do all the meals for us. They're both cooks out of our public school system, but they are volunteers for us. We have a pool. The kids go swimming every single day.
Nice.
And we have things like field day, like they would have field day at school. It's called Field Olympics, and we do water carnivals. We'll do a talent show or dance. We have an awesome laser tag program that we do, an escape room that we do there at the camp as well.
Yeah, they didn't have any of that when I went to camp.
The escape room.
Well, I tried to escape a couple times, but they caught me. Anyway, We shouldn't probably forget that the county fair is a couple weeks before the camp, right?
Yes, so yes, the county fair runs the last full week of July, and then those 4-Hers that are involved at the fair, then they get to go off to summer camp for the week.
Oh, that's awesome. Sounds like a win-win-win situation.
That's it.
Well, look, we've run up the flag. Let's make sure you salute. Check it out. Get the kids involved.
Please join us if you have any questions. Taylor will be happy to answer those.
Yep.